Hey, how's it going? This is Josh from Books by Josh, and I would like to welcome you to episode number 24 of the Books by Josh show. Today's episode is Be Memorable. What do I mean by that? Be everlasting, guys. What inspired this episode? My walk to work the other day. Well, let me elaborate on that. While walking to work, I was thinking about some jingles I've heard in the past, like JG and Wentworth, 877 Cash 9. If you have a structured settlement called JG Wentworth, we all know the commercial and the number. I haven't seen that commercial in a couple months, maybe a year. Still know the number. Why? Because it's catchy. And also because it's memorable. Because of what they did in the video. They did something different. Think about if you live in the tri-state area, New York, Jersey, or Connecticut. You've heard the Optimum commercial back in the early 2000s. The reggaeton Optimum commercial. It sticks with you. Or the Tootsie Roll Pop. How many looks does it take to send of a Tootsie Roll Pop? 1, 2, 3, crunch. The world may never know. They stick with you. They're memorable. So, what does that have to do with us? Well, if you're creating your own business, you gotta make sure your customers remember you. Even if you're not creating your own business, even if you're working at a company, you have to set yourself apart from everyone else. You have to be memorable. The way I was memorable when I worked with cell phones, my customer service, and my product knowledge. I knew everything about every single phone that we sold or that we sold previously, spec-wise, functionality, key features, because I took it upon myself to learn that. But being this knowledgeable person, people often came to me for help. And whenever they had family members who had problems, they brought them to me, and then those family members bought items from me also. You understand? I was memorable. So, what else? Is that it for this episode? No. Look at my site. I talk about philosophy, talk about business building, talk about life, money, all these different things. And I'm an average person. I'm not special. And that's how I'm memorable in this aspect. Because I'm giving you real world advice because I'm living in the real world too. I'm giving you advice from my knowledge, from what I've experienced over the years. I can't give you advice on how to invest $1 million because I've never done that. You have a couple dollars, a couple hundred, I can tell you why I did. Just the other day I talked about network marketing because I've done that in the past. I could talk about publishing a book, advertising a book horribly because I've done that. I could talk about procrastination. I'm an expert at that. I could talk about me attempting to meditate because I'm a genuine person. I'm going to talk to you about my experiences. So, let's talk about mating. Peacocks. They have all those colors. Why? To attract a mate. Deers fight. Mooses fight for their mates. To show that they're better than the other person. They want to leave a lasting impression. That's why everybody always says about first impressions. You want to create a good first impression because you never know what could happen. Exactly. First impression is what makes the person remember you. It's like I remember if I'm in somebody's hair, so every time they think of me, they're going to remember that. It's the same thing because it's a memorable moment. It's like when I met Jared Poland, Fro Knows Fuller. He was memorable to me. He's not going to remember who I am because it's not memorable for him, but it's memorable for me because of all the things he's done for the photo community. Or yes, they mean Mr. Mobile. I'm one of thousands of people he meets. But he's one of few that I meet. You understand? So how do I become that memorable person? I have to build myself up, build a brand, as I often say, even though I'm still doing it. Because for me to be memorable, I have to be established. Or do something totally stupid that they're going to remember me for, which I don't want to happen. So at work, you have to have the same mentality. You want to get that raise, guess what? You have to work harder than the other people there. Be the first one in, the last one out. Just like they say on the court. You want to be good at basketball, you got to be the first one. You got to be there before everyone, and you have to be the last one to leave, like Michael Jordan. That's how come he was memorable. You work harder than everybody else. So take an hour break, you take 45 minutes because you want to finish up your work. You understand? Your bosses will take notice of that. And when they're like, I have this position opening up, who's going to be it? Joe. Hey, average Joe over there. He's been showing some initiative. He's been working harder than everybody. Guess what? He's getting the promotion. And that's how you get a promotion. Okay? But if you're being memorable a different way, by doing dumb stuff, slacking off, stuff like that, sleeping on the job, they're going to remember you when it's time to cut heads. So there's two types of being memorable, for good things and bad things. You want to make sure you're memorable for the good things. Because the bad things, you don't want to be memorable for. It's like my high school. If I went there for the principal, he'll remember me, but not for good things. But if I went junior high, they'll remember me for trophies. You understand? And this, like I said, dating life, could track the mate because maybe your sense of humor is what makes you memorable. Maybe you can sing, stuff like that. Sticks with a person, and that make you more attractive in their eyes. I'm not talking about beauty yourself. I'm talking about inner beauty, your skills. Think about it. People win people over by cooking skill, because it's memorable. But that's basically this week's episode. Not scripted at all, other than the topic. Had no clue where I was going with it, and I think it went well. Because I just sat down, pressed record, and just talked. So, if you enjoyed it, subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Listen on Facebook, like the page. Hey, I'm back on Twitter. I tweeted twice yesterday before recording this when I was in that event. So follow me on Facebook at Books by Josh R. On Twitter at Books by Josh. If you want to support me by becoming a patron, you can. By going to patreon.com/Books by Josh. If you want to buy my book, you can buy a physical copy on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. If you want a digital copy, you can go Amazon.com. Right now, I'm really actually got to finish up my Google Books one and my iBooks. If you want an autograph, signed copy, booksbyjosh.com is the only place to get it. Or if you see me in the street. But, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.